And we're live. Dude,
Yeah.
Taylor, I've hired a contractor too.
Oh,
So we had the smallest job, right? The railing on our front porch is rotted. The toilet wobbled, and the coffee maker, we got a nice coffee maker that needs plumbing, so we don't have to like fill the water all the time, and something else, maybe the hardware in a bathtub, right? Let's go over this again. Coffee maker, bathtub hardware, wobbly toilet, and a front porch. Some rotted wood he's going to replace. Whew. So we hire him back in January. He works like a day, and it's going great. Toilet's fucking solid as a rock. And he's sending pictures of the stuff you can't see so that you can admire the craftsmanship that is under the toilet, in the marble floor or whatever kind of floor. I don't know, rock thing floor. So, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. The next day he says, Woody, I can't come in. My wife has been badly hurt. We're not sure if she's going to walk again. And I'm whoa, well, take the time you need. My gosh. Like, this is a big deal. And he's like, yeah, I have to watch her. I had to take care of her, et cetera, et cetera. So he misses like a couple weeks after because of that. Dude, she was walking after 2 days, right? My sprained ankle was fucking worse than this woman's thing. And there's questions about whether she's going to walk again. But no, she's fine. But he misses weeks of work for that. Then he comes back. Works like a day or maybe didn't come in. Says, Woody, I think I got COVID, right? He gets tested for COVID. Doesn't have COVID. Misses 3 fucking weeks of work for not COVID. Right? So then
he not COVID. Gotta go.
Yeah. So then he's going to come back. He's like, Woody, I'm coming Monday. I swear I'm coming Monday. Woody, I'm on my way. Woody, I had a heart attack. I had a fucking heart attack. Oh my God. You take the time you need. A heart attack. Goodness gracious. I'm not a monster. Okay. It was indigestion. Misses 3 fucking weeks for indigestion. 3 more weeks for not a heart attack. 3 weeks.
Every time Woody calls him, hello, hypochondriac contracting. How can I help you? Oh, hang on. I can't continue this phone call.
And
I'm dying.
He's sending me pictures like trying to connect with me, Oh, things are tough here. Things are tough. Watch, these are my support schnauzers. Right? He sends me pictures of his dogs and shit like that.
what an asshole.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
He's got support schnauzers? Are you fucking with me? Is this a joke?
I can show you.
Show me. No. You're going to have to show me that this man has support schnauzers or I'm going to call you a liar.
This guy's a...
This is not a problem.
Dude, y'all are so nice to these contractors. Like I get that not cursing at them is the right way to do things. But at some point, not whipping their ass is just letting them slide. The man has support schnauzers. Oh my fucking God, I see him. Oh, good God.
Yeah, Kyle, I'm totally on board with that. Like I try to be. I've worked customer service jobs. I know too. Yeah. I try to be polite. I try to be courteous. Apparently, that is not the strategy with contractors. Dude, because if you are nice, they will walk all over you.
I'm very litigious.
Schedule.
Me too. That's how I turned it around. At one point in T-Talk, I'm like, dude, at this point, we're getting attorneys involved. I don't know what to do at this point. Word. Yeah. And he's like, Woody, don't do that. Give me a chance to prove you wrong. And I'm like, you have had so many chances. You literally send me texts saying you're on the way and then don't come. He's like, no. There was one point where he's like, the painters are scheduled for Friday. I said, seriously, it's like Wednesday at this point. You're going to get all your work done? Who are the painters? And he won't tell me. I'm like, who are the painters? He tells me something else about all the work he's going to get done and the troubles that he has in his life. And I'm like, who are the painters? I want to call the painters and see if they know that they're scheduled to come Friday. That might have been when I got the dog pictures. I don't know. But it was...
there's Huey, and Louie. There's support schnauzers.
So then he's like,
it's paw prints.
He's like, it's the same guys that pressure washed. It's like Salarno or something. And I'm like, well, fuck, he answered in such a way that I can't call. And anyway, he cancels work the next 2 days. I'm like, I guess you canceled the painters. Yeah. He's like, I guess you canceled the painters. He's like, yep, I got that all taken care of. We canceled the painters. So then he ends up doing the painting himself. Says, man, the prices these painters want is outrageous. And it's like, you never scheduled the painters. You found out the price and decided to paint yourself. You know you're lying to me. You're always lying to me. You lie so fucking much. I'm
you
like,
need to do this. This is what you need to do.
That's what I did. At one point, I'm out there talking to him, and I'm like, dude, the gap between what you say you're going to do and what you actually do is so wide. I can't make that mental leap that when you tell me you're going to do this, I don't get it. I've never met anyone less reliable than you. This is like actual words I've said to him.
Yeah.
And he's like, would he give me a chance to prove you wrong? And eventually, he finished the job. It was probably 2 weeks worth of work. He did it from
That's
January
why we're hearing about this, by the way.
until
In
May.
case somebody's wondering, this has been ongoing for weeks, and Woody didn't want to talk about it until it was
months.
Like for anyone who's listening to this, like here's my 2 cents on how you handle these awful scenarios.
Just real quick. Towards the end, his wife was dying. She's got lupus.
Dead.
She's got lupus.
I would say, you know what? You better hope she dies.
Dude.
Because if she's not dead tomorrow, I'm coming for her.
Dude,
every single morning that he doesn't show up, you should send him a photo of the obituary page. Hey, I didn't see her here. You weren't at work yesterday.
Dude, sorry I cut you off, Kyle, but by the end with the dying wife stuff, I had no heart. I'm like, you're making your problems my problems. I don't want to hear this.
Sounds like a you problem. You know what problem I got? My coffee maker.
Is
your coffee maker alive?
He wasn't credible anymore. Not. And by the way, I don't think lupus kills you.
I don't care if it does. I hope it does.
I
hope she's got it bad. No, you threaten these people with fucking litigation because nobody wants that. Nobody wants to show up in court. Nobody wants that. Everyone fears that so much. Believe me, I've been there. Nobody wants to go to court and have a judge deciding what they're going to have to pay out of pocket or potentially go to jail or something like that. Obviously, this is a civil contractor dispute. Nobody's going to jail, but you get what I'm saying. You threaten these people right away with litigation. If they have done you wrong, you don't owe these people anything. You've got to threaten them right away because people who are already in that business and they have this level of shittiness, it's not a new thing to them. This is just how they operate, and they're going to keep doing it to you. And you're not the only one that they are putting off. The reason they can't come tomorrow is because tomorrow they're going to a guy's house where they're 5 weeks late.
That's not true. Yeah. Do you want to know why I know?
I would love to because I bet it's hilarious.
Doing meth?
He he parked his trailer with tools in my driveway. All winter long, from January to May.
You think it's his trailer? He stole that trailer from a real contractor. In reality, he has stolen the identity of an actual contractor. And he's living in his house like that scene in Unbreakable. The guy's tied to a radiator, and every night he's just drinking beer and spitting it on him. This man is an insane asylum kind of character.
He had his trailer. And that was the thing. So we have our driveway is it's weird. You can enter the house from the north side and the eastern side. Yeah. And the eastern driveway, the better one, was just occupied all winter long.
You've got a better driveway and you can't afford $100 for a DNA test.
The man has an eastern driveway, but he can't afford his DNA test. Fucking Wayne Manor over here. I don't know where I'm from. Well,
don't use the
France,
eastern
Germany,
driveway.
Who knows?
Afternoon. It's too hot. I drive into the western driveway afternoon. I want to keep my tires nice.
Don't they know that in the summer I like to use the eastern driveway to avoid the glare?
We just got it repaved. It has brand new dark asphalt. It's so smooth. I'm on the gravel driveway.
And I have to drive on gravel in my brand new pickup truck? I'm trying to get out to off-road on one of my many hobbies.
But yeah,
with my friend the Wizard.
And he did great work. It just took him 12 times longer than it should have.
No, I like
my dumbass wants to rehire him for a one-day job.
My dad would always threaten people. He would literally threaten people with physical violence. And that sounds like a terrible idea, but it would usually work. Yeah. There was a guy who was stealing tools from him once, a contractor. He's the contractor and he's stealing my dad's tools. And my dad goes to the guy's house and the guy's daughter is there. And she's a little girl. She's 9. And she's like, hey, is your dad around? He's like, no. He's like, have you seen my tools? And she's like, my daddy took your tools.
Oh my God.
And he goes and he beats the shit out of this guy. And he's like, I'm going to come back. And if you've hurt that little girl, I'm going to come back every day. And you're getting more of this. Just like beat the shit out of this guy who had stolen his tools. And he's like, and I want to know where my tools are. He's like, I've sold the tools. I'm so sorry. I sold the tools. Who'd you sell them to? So then he's like having to like go around and track down. It wasn't his tools. It was like race car parts. It was like this real fancy, like multi-barrel carburetor from a drag race car. It was all this stuff this fucking scumbag had stolen.
God.
People are scummy. It's hard to find good contractors. And it seems like the contractor business is somewhat populated by scummy people. It seems like it's, I don't know for what reason, but it's hard to find good people to come into your home and do drywall, carpeting, heating and air, duct work, like plumbing, you name it. It's hard.
I think they can take their breaking and entering skills and then go to prison and come out, and that turns into like a little bit of actual repair work and handyman work that they can employ.
We did have those classes in prison. Like
you did.
HVAC was a big one in prison.
Oh, I thought you had breaking and entering classes in prison.
Oh no,
we taught those.
If anyone needs the breaking and entering classes, it's some of the guys in prison because they got caught doing it.
Okay.
So I have a good contractor. He built an amazing fence out front, and I'm like very little tiny like tile misalignments drive me nuts, and doors not shutting completely correct. And you have to shove them closed. I'm like, it tweaks me out. And this fence he built is like, I'll go out at night and just rub the fence where the joints are because they're so fucking perfect, like laser aligned. I'm like, oh, I need this guy to redo my deck. I need this precision on my deck. So I get a bunch of quotes, and he comes in way under everybody else. And I'm like, I actually thinking to myself, like, I don't care if you were the most expensive. I just need this kind of quality in the deck. But I'm also thinking he didn't give me the right quote. Like he didn't add in enough for whatever. And this was before lumber turned into the price of lumber turned into the global warming graph.
It's crazy right now.
Yeah.
So he comes in every week while he's redoing the deck. He's like, hey, I got to talk to you. And I have this big smile on my face because I'm like, I know what this is. I know what you want to ask me. He's like, yeah. So the lumber, I called around and it was like, it's going to be a month or it's going to be another $3,000. Like he's doing it from like further than hitting distance. He's like, I don't really know how to say it's going to be like another $3,000. I'm like,
he's using head movement while he tells you the price.
Yeah, he's like, how's your day been? You want to sit down? Maybe put your hands put your hands in your pocket. So it's been great. I don't even care. Every week he's like, you know what? Did you want the old deck demo too? Because that's going to be another $1,000. I don't know. I'm like, oh, you didn't put the demoing of the deck in the quote? Of course not. Of course you didn't. You're fine. No, you're fine. Don't worry about it. I get
crazy. What? Just like, no, leave the old deck there. Just
build over it.
Yeah. You have phase technology, right? They can both exist at the same time.
Build inside of it.
Dude,
I don't want to take up any extra space either.
Our house always has something that needs to get done. If this guy was on the ball, like
he'd have a real customer in you.
Yeah, he'd work here full time. I'd have another dependent.
Dude, let me tell you about the greatest employee of our generation, and it's this guy that works for my dad right now. I think I've mentioned it before. Jeremy. It's shocking. The fucking jack of all trades this guy is. He does everything for my dad for a very low wage, like $10 or $15 an hour plus like little bonuses depending on like what the job is. He does the grocery shopping. He puts the groceries away. And like, this is a little thing, right? Little thing. My dad's got like, obviously like a normal refrigerator, but then he's got like one of those like Coca-Cola refrigerators. It's like Coca-Cola themed, like in his little like
front on it, maybe.
Yeah, it's got the lever and it's like looks like a big Coca-Cola thing, and it's in his like guitar room with all of his amps and guitars and like his big couch and everything where he goes and like chills and plays. Well, the guy takes all of the sodas and like takes them out of their like 6-pack like plastic thing and like they're individually in there. Like, I don't know, that's just a little thing. The guy mops the floors, and I mean hands and knees scrubbing like Cinderella. Okay, like sweat dripping off of him. Like he has to work backwards to clean his own sweat. He's sweating so profusely. He makes the beds. He cleans the toilets. He puts
these things.
every week. Like there's a chore list, and it happens every week. Like each of these, the floors all get scrubbed every week. The beds get made up every day. The dad's like, I can never find a salt shaker because he puts them away. Like everything is put away in its place. Like you can't even have salt and pepper like out on a countertop because everything is in its spot, in its slot. Like all this, like
I don't
the
know
spoons,
if I like
the
that.
ladles, the spatulas.
I'd be like,
everything is
listen,
hung
Skippy,
so.
one of the salt shaker spots is right here on the counter.
Right on the counter because I need salt all the time. Like, what if I decide to eat a tomato and I want some salt? No, it's put up, it's put away. Like I went over there a few weeks ago and I was like cooking my dad and I dinner, and I was like, where is everything? He's like, it's all got a spot. You'll figure it out. It's everything's put away. The guy cuts the grass. He cleans the gutters. He cleans the pool. He keeps the pH in the pool just perfect in the saltwater pool. Like he trims the roses. He fertilizes the garden. He picks the fruit in the garden and trims away like the bad fruit so that the tomatoes will grow extra big. He works on the farm also, like early in the morning, and gets all that out of the way. He tends to the computer systems that moderate everything at the farm. Like he works at least 12 hours a day for my dad, and I don't think my dad's paying him more than $400 a week.
Oh, I was just about to say I knew the scam. Your father needs, this is need, not want, he needs someone 10 hours a week. And this guy has turned it into a 70-hour-a-week job by doing more.
Dad loves it. He's like,
I'm not saying
he's
definitely not dishonest. He's just turned it into a bigger job than it could have been.
He did one little dishonest thing one time, and Dad caught him. He stole a little bit, like $20 or something like that. But Dad was like, we call that spillage. That's what you call spillage. All right. You know, like, oh, he took $20 out of an ashtray. Well, I've never seen anybody scrub a floor like this man before in my entire life. I've had 4 wives, and I've never seen one of them mop a floor like this fucker. And I'd pay him $1,000 if for a woman to scrub a floor like that. Never seen it in my life. I'm telling you, my dad. It seemed kind of. My dad didn't mean it this way. He was just trying to illustrate to me like how hardworking this guy is. But my dad sent me a picture of him scrubbing the floor, and he's just on his hands and knees, and like he looked like a slave. He's a white guy. He looked like a slave, though. He looked like an indentured servant scrubbing this floor, and he's so red and sweaty, and he's got his shirt off, and he's just like he's looking up like he's clearly like out of breath. He looks up. He's like. And my dad's like, ka-chink. I just want to show Kyle how hard you work. And I'm just like, God damn, he's working hard. It's just.
He's trying to earn back trust after that $20 bill incident.
Yeah, there is nothing that you can imagine like needing to do around a household and a farm that this man doesn't do at this point. My dad's
termites. Can he redo foundations? Can he do stuff like that?
I mean, you pay for not a plane ticket. No. A bus ticket. And this man will be at your house, not tonight, but tomorrow. And he'll do his damnedest to fix that foundation. He'll be crawling through your ducts like James Bond looking for fucking termites. He'll be biting them. He won't even need poison.
Doesn't know how to fix a foundation or kill termites. He's just hitting them, pushing dirt back in place.
He's going to grind the termites up, make a paste, and repair the foundation.
I like this guy.
Man, now we're making money.
He's clearly like gay, like effeminate, like dude. I met him the other day, and Dad was like, you know, he's been wanting to meet you for a while. He's like every now and then when you send me a picture of you, I show it to him, and he's like, oh, I want to meet him. And so like I met him, I shook his hand. He's like, it's real nice to meet you, Kyle. It's real nice. I just been looking forward to meeting you for a long time.
Well, it needs to be asked. Does this guy keep in shape?
I mean, you know, scrubbing those floors keeps the man taut. All right, I'll say that about him.